Hello everybody, Chris here with CD2 Wrestling, and today we are talking about Clash of Champions. We're going to go through our predictions, or my predictions I should say, for the pay-per-view that's on Sunday. The SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view Clash of Champions. So let's get started. So this card I have set up is how I'm assuming the card's going to go. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So for the first one, we have Breezango versus the Bludgeon Brothers. I personally think that's going to be a very weird match just because, Breezango has been quite entertaining as of late with the Fashion Files, but I do expect the Bludgeon Brothers to win. You know, the former Wyatt family members with Harper and Rowan. First big match of them being revamped as the Bludgeon Brothers. Don't know if we're going to see a clean finish. I could see the Ascension getting involved somehow and having Breezango lose somehow. It's not it's weird match overall, I feel like. So that's what we have with that. For the next match, we have the United States Championship triple threat match between the United States Champion Baron Corbin with Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler. I think this is going to be very interesting just due to the fact the last 2 weeks of SmackDown we've had Ziggler did a zigzag on both Roode and Corbin, and then this last Tuesday we had Bobby Roode hit with a glorious DDT on Corbin and Ziggler. So I think it's going to be a good match. Triple threats are always good, I personally feel like, so there's a lot of potential for the match. I expect Corbin to retain. I don't see a whole lot of mid-card action happening right now, so I expect a continued feud with probably Bobby Roode and maybe Ziggler. We have seen a lot of that as of late. Not really late, just throughout. Corbin coming up from NXT as well as Bobby Roode against Dolph Ziggler. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I saw some sites calling this match the main event. I don't agree with that. But, it's another tag team match between Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with 2 special guest referees in Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. I expect it to be a very, very, maybe wonky, I don't know if that's the right word to say, match with 2 guest referees and just the animosity between Owens and Zayn with McMahon. I expect Owens and Zayn to win. Whether it's cleanly or with Daniel Bryan turning on McMahon, we could see that. That would be very. I feel like the seeds have been placed for that. As on the news sites and the around the internet, we've seen Bryan teasing a wrestling return. So it could be possible we see that. Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon. Long shot, probably, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I do expect Owens and Zayn to retain. Also for the fact that for the mixed tag challenge that they're having, they still have Sami Zayn being advertised on SmackDown. So, I expect that happening. So we'll just have to wait and see, though, for sure. The next one, which is the third and final tag team match of the night. It is the SmackDown Tag Team Championship Fatal 4-Way between the Usos, which are the champions, the New Day, Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, with Rusev and Aiden English. The tag team between Rusev and Aiden English is a odd one, to say the least. To be thrusted up there quite quickly is, something we sometimes see quite a lot. I do expect them somehow to win, just because they've sometimes on booking they pick the least likeliest team, and so that is definitely the least likely team to win. It's definitely Rusev and Andy English, especially the fact that really up until now they really haven't had a whole lot of momentum. You know, the Usos and the New Day, right now they seem kind of stale, and so I kind of see a continued feud between Rusev, Andy English against Benjamin and Gable. You know, I would like to see Benjamin and Gable to win. I think they're the better of the teams. I just, see them kind of giving it to the heels and then having them kind of run with it for a little bit to build up a better match between them. So, the next match we have is the SmackDown Women's Championship Lumberjack match between Charlotte Flair and Natalya. I personally think this is going to be the most predictable match out of the entire pay-per-view because it's a Lumberjack match, and most, as you see Lumberjack matches, you typically see them, they start in the ring, they get on the apron, they spill out into just on the floor, and the Lumberjacks beat them up, and then it goes from there. With the very lopsided amount of heels for the women's division, I expect, or I see Charlotte retaining, just for the fact that as she's the face for the match, it's going to be her just overcoming so much more with all because it's pretty much all heels. Because I don't see even if Naomi's there, it's two faces versus all those heels. So I don't see a whole lot to go from there. Just expect that to be that. And then for what I personally think should be the main event and should be the last match of the night, it is the WWE Championship with WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal. I hope AJ Styles to retain, and for Mahal to be out of the main event picture because it's just not been a good experiment. I personally think with Jinder Mahal being the champion, obviously they were trying to do something and build him to be the champion to India, and that failed when they gave Styles the championship and had to put Jinder Mahal in a match with Triple H, which he lost. Nobody realized that. He did lose. I mean, it was cleanly, yes, but he did lose. So, it could go, I think it could go one of two ways. It's either clean, or there's interference with the Singh brothers, and Styles still retains though, and we just see Mahal just kind of slide back down the card, and maybe do some mid card stuff. That would be okay. Just no more main event stuff because you have some good talent, good matches that could happen with Styles. Maybe Styles and Nakamura, or even with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, to kind of throw them up there. There's so much more potential than just Mahal. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So run it down again. Match number 1. I expect the Bludgeon Brothers to win. Baron Corbin to retain. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to win their match. We'll say Aiden English and Rusev to win the tag team titles. Charlotte to retain the women's championship, and AJ Styles to retain as well. So, thank you for listening. Follow me at Twitter at Dzeroth. If you want to see the actual video, you go on the YouTube channel CD2 Wrestling and see that there. And we'll catch you guys next time.